After disappearing from the public eye for a while, Jimin has finally returned to the military camp to resume his duties. However, something feels different. His facial expression is more serious, his body language is more reserved, and most noticeably, he seems to be keeping his distance from any form of interaction he used to engage in before his military service. Armies who saw him from afar immediately began to wonder, what is Jimin hiding? Meanwhile, Jungkook, who is usually active in interacting with fans, has suddenly gone silent. No surprise live broadcasts, no social media posts that usually entertain his fans. In fact, some of the songs he has recently released contain lyrics filled with sadness and deep meanings about loss. Is something happening between them? Speculation ran wild after tragic news came from the fashion world. Kim Taeyoung, a renowned designer who frequently collaborated with BTS, was suddenly found dead. The passing of someone so close to the group brought deep sorrow, but Jimin and Jungkook's silence in response to this event only fueled further questions. A source from the military environment revealed that since returning to duty, Jimin has become more withdrawn and quiet. He carries out all his activities with discipline, but at the same time, there is a heavy aura surrounding him. Some of his fellow soldiers mentioned that Jimin is often seen lost in thought alone, something unusual for an idol known for his cheerful personality. On the other hand, Jungkook, who is typically very expressive on social media, has drastically changed. A few days after the designer's death was reported, Jungkook suddenly posted a quote on social media. *, people change, and that's okay. *, this post immediately sparked speculation among armies. Does this have anything to do with Jimin? It didn't stop there. Fans also noticed that Jungkook had deleted some of his old posts. Even the small interactions that were usually seen between him and Jimin on social media had disappeared. This further strengthened the suspicion that something was going on between them. Although neither of them has made any official statements, their silence speaks volumes. Several theories have begun to emerge among armies. Some believe that the designer's death has had a significant emotional impact on them, especially Jimin. Kim Taeyoung was not just a designer for BTS, but also a close friend who had worked with them for a long time. On the other hand, some speculate that the relationship between Jimin and Jungkook has changed. Did they have a falling out? Or is there something happening behind the scenes that the public is unaware of? The fact that both have chosen to remain silent only deepens the mystery. One thing is certain, Jimin and Jungkook are not the type to openly discuss their personal issues. For years, they have maintained their privacy with great care. If something is indeed happening, it is highly unlikely that they will reveal it so easily. For now, all fans can do is wait. Wait until Jimin completes his military service. Wait to see if Jungkook will become active again and drop hints about what is truly going on. Is this just a phase that will pass? Or is it truly a turning point in their relationship? Only time will tell. Amid the growing speculation, fans are increasingly eager to find clues in every move Jimin and Jungkook make. However, instead of getting answers, they have only uncovered more oddities that strengthen the suspicion that something is being hidden. Jimin, who usually exudes an energetic aura even in the strict military environment, now appears more serious and distant. Some of his fellow soldiers have even stated that he often chooses to be alone during breaks, something uncharacteristic for someone as social as Jimin. Some believe that this change in behavior is merely his way of adapting to military life, but many feel that there is another factor influencing his transformation. Meanwhile, Jungkook continues to show signs that something is bothering him. Normally, he frequently shares snippets of his daily life with fans, whether through song clips, short videos, or random messages on social media. However, after the designer's passing and Jimin's return to the military camp, Jungkook has mostly disappeared. Even when he does appear occasionally, his facial expressions are different, more serious, as if something is weighing heavily on his mind. One of the most shocking moments was when a fan noticed that Jungkook had begun avoiding certain songs that he used to sing frequently. During a live stream, he deliberately skipped over songs with deep meanings about separation, something that did not go unnoticed by armies, who are always keen on picking up even the smallest details. Of course, all of this is just speculation. It's possible that Jimin and Jungkook's silence simply means they are going through a phase where they are more focused on themselves. It could also be that they are still processing the painful reality of losing an important figure in their lives. But if it's only that, why are there so many sudden changes that are so clearly visible to fans? Some individuals familiar with the Korean entertainment industry have stated that losing someone who plays a major role in an artist's career can have a profound impact. Moreover, the late designer was not just a work associate for BTS, but a true friend who had supported them from the beginning. Jimin, who is known for forming deep emotional connections with those around him, likely feels this loss more deeply than he shows in public. However, one lingering question remains: what does this have to do with Jungkook? If Jimin is grieving, why is Jungkook also withdrawn? Why has their once close interaction suddenly become so cold and distant? One fan even proposed an interesting theory. Perhaps Jimin and Jungkook had a conversation before Jimin returned to the military, and something in that conversation led them to distance themselves for a while. There is no concrete evidence to support this theory, but given how both of them have suddenly changed, it does sound plausible. For now, armies can only speculate and wait. Will one of them eventually speak up? Or will this silence continue indefinitely? Only Jimin and Jungkook know the answer. With all these speculations swirling, the question now is all of this really happening? Or are fans and the media simply reading too much into things? Do Jimin and Jungkook's changes in behavior truly indicate something major happening behind the scenes? Or is this just a normal phase that has been exaggerated? As fans, of course, we all want to know the truth. But do we really have enough evidence to conclude that Jimin is hiding something in the military? Does Jungkook's silence necessarily mean there is a problem? Or could it be that he simply wants to maintain his privacy more than usual? We must also ask ourselves whether these speculations are naturally arising from fans' curiosity, or if there are certain parties deliberately amplifying these rumors to attract public attention. It's no secret that the entertainment industry often uses various strategies to create buzz. Could this all be part of a media management tactic that is intentionally left unclarified? Think about it. What if their silence actually indicates that nothing is wrong at all? Perhaps Jimin is merely adjusting to military life, and Jungkook just wants to focus on his career without unnecessary distractions. But on the other hand, we also can't ignore the fact that both have exhibited significant behavioral changes. Now, it's up to you to decide. Do you believe that something is truly happening behind Jimin and Jungkook's sudden changes? Or is this simply a coincidence blown out of proportion by fans and media eager for drama? We are only reporting news from various media sources, including information circulating on platforms such as YouTube and social media. However, ultimately, the real truth is known only by Jimin and Jungkook themselves. So, what do you think? Is this reality or just a sensationalized story? Feel free to share your thoughts. This news has not been confirmed for accuracy, as we have gathered information from various sources such as YouTube, Google, TikTok, Twitter, Instagram, and other media. We always strive to provide accurate information, but without an official statement from the parties involved, all of this remains speculation.